watching us there? All right. I have a group of young people here. This is Aksana. She's a master degree holder in finance and economics. Finance and economics. Yeah, finance and economics. She's a young lady, but she's brilliant. She's first class with distinction. Finished university as one of the best students in Ukraine. But she's been a believer in the church for Strucklet. Oh, shoot. You know how long she's been in the church? Since she was 3 years old. She's been in the church from 3. She's been in the church since she was 3 years old with her mom. And I think and he's been in the church since 13. since he was 13 years old. So these are children that grew up under Pastor Sunday here in the church. And now when they heard and they see that I've been so involved with Nigeria, and always talking about Nigeria, always talking about Nigeria. By the way, Denise's father and mother, those are the parents of Denise. Wow. There are 2 pastors, Pastor Luba and Pastor Nikolai. Stante was at Nambe Spirit Pakaziva. Pabakaite Ibrukoi. So maybe they will go to Nigeria with us. So get ready to see them in Nigeria. Yeah, and of course, this is Denise. Denise has done a lot of work to help me, to put together solutions for Nigerian situation and for the Nigeria problem. So I've done some presentation on Nigeria several times, but this is, I don't know what you call it. What do you call this presentation? Did you put a title? What do you call the title in the Facebook? Okay. Huh? Okay. So we have done some presentations in English, but this will be presentation in I have different groups that I work. I have think tanks. I have one think tank in Washington, D.C. That is the one we have seen before. That's connected with very global problems of Nigeria, the universal problems. If you've not seen those presentations, go look for Nigerian Transformation Project on YouTube, Sunday Adelaja, you will see several of them. And then I have another think tank in Nigeria those are going to work with more on-ground situation and details. But here, daily, it's a team I have together here. These are just 2 people here, but more people, but they are going to do the presentation today. It's a team, what they are doing is looking into problems that directly relate to people and how to bring practical solutions to improve people's lives. So, take national, okay. Okay, so they will start. I have to pay it. Are you sure we really need the light there? Okay, no, it's okay. Yeah, the national. A little bit. You don't know really. I think we should move it forward so that help them move the seat forward. Yeah, and not much not like that. Please just that. But it could open to be read it. So if you know anybody who is interested in Nigerian Transformation Project, please go invite them, because a lot of people come to challenge me and say, you want to do something for Nigeria, you are always talking. Okay, let them come and hear our plans, because why should we just rush and do something without plans? So these are the plans, these are the strategy. We are big on putting plans in place for us, putting strategies in place, so that implementation is only 25% of results. 75% is always planning. Order. First of all, you've got to have order before you have implementation. So order and planning is 75% of the result. So that is what we're doing. So if you know anybody who might be asking questions about Nigerians transformation project, go call them. Let's share the link right now. Let's share the video, share the link, and invite as many people who might be interested in Nigerian situation. Let them come and join us. Это по-русски тебе будет написано, да? Или по-английски? На английском? А как вы объясните? What's the problem? What's your problem? Да, давай сначала по-русски. Я буду переводить. Зачем я тогда здесь? Я здесь на... Let's start with the Russian slides. Okay. What это, да? But you have the picture is clearer there, right? It's not clear. The same. Then you have to put the light off. If the picture is not clear, then you have to put the light off. No, I'm talking of for the screen, for the public. Online is good. What about for you people? It's not good? You can't see what's happening here. Eh? Okay, then let's put it off. Okay, then put on the light for him. Let's see the light, if you could. Okay. Let's see if this one will work. It's not visible as well, right? Okay, bring the light that way a bit. Yeah. Okay. Is it better? Yeah, because we can see them, right? Can you see them? Okay. National, да? Или те national?
Актуальные проблемы Нигерии, и здесь на фото показаны проблемы, которые есть в действительности.
Okay, so these are the real, this picture is showing the real situation of problems in Nigeria, right? You know, a single lady with a child there, schools on the floor, destroyed homes. What is this one? Okay, health, you know, primitive health care. Yep, that's it. Надо, знаешь, да, это вот, это свет показывает, а это вперед и назад, вперед, назад. Okay.
Основная проблема – это коррупция высших эшелонов власти.
So we undertook some studies about Nigerian problems, and we discovered that number one problem in Nigeria from our research is the problem of corruption, especially in judiciary. So corruption in judiciary, if okay, so the number one problem is corruption in judiciary, then people getting to position of power without merit, connection. We call it long leg in Nigeria. That is another number two problem here is what do you call it? What do you call that? Nepotism. Yeah, nepotism, which is people getting positions without merit. Then the next problem we see as number three problem is а что это третий? Вот это что?
Предоставление услуг в сфере образования, юридических услуг, проплаты. Потому что если человек хочет получить качественные услуги, то он должен либо платить или иметь хорошие связи.
Okay, here is a lot of corruption in the area of medicine and law, because those are regarded as prestigious positions in Nigeria, medicine, doctors, to become a doctor. So a lot of corruption connected with that, because everybody wants to become doctor or lawyers. So those two areas are some of the most corrupt as a result. And then education is very corrupt in the sense that, you know, to get admission, you are not getting admission because you are bright. And you might be bright and not get admitted. You need to get some money and things. And then education, for people, not everybody can get education. So that is another major problem in the country. And then we have problems of, people with businesses. For anybody cannot just, disorder in business, okay? Here is bureaucracy is another problem. Bureaucracy of the government officials. It's on. Maybe your battery is low. Or maybe it's not my own. Maybe it's the wrong one I took. Maybe I should change with them. No, it's a paper may have some. Okay.
Да, следующая актуальная проблема Нигерии – это бюрократизм чиновников.
So the next problem we have here is the bureaucracy of the government officials and government institutions, parastatus. Yeah.
Чиновники злоупотребляют своей властью, так можно на примере посмотреть. За время правления предыдущей власти,
especially during the last government, that's Jonathan's government,
чиновники использовали около 9 миллиардов долларов средств, которые были предназначены именно для нигерийского народа.
So $9 billion was lost during the government of the previous government, Jonathan's government. So that $9 billion, nobody could account for it.
Эти средства, как правило, размещались на их текущих счетах. Это была покупка земли, недвижимости, автомобилей, то бишь то, что предназначалось для нигерийского народа.
Even this government that is here now would like to find and demand for investigation for the money. They fund the money in properties, in things that they have bought, but they cannot prosecute them. It's not, they are finding it difficult to prosecute them.
Соответственно, тоже если смотреть условия, как живут нигерийцы, то оплата труда очень низкая. Так, средний уровень зарплаты около $30. При этом,
so as a result of those government officials stealing money, corruption, that is what is responsible for the low life expectancy of Nigeria. Low income of Nigerians. So right now in Nigeria, a Nigerian worker only makes about $30 a month. That is like $1 a day. So Nigeria is living on $1 a day, but when you calculate all the rich people as well, you could say in the average country is living on $2 a day. So the reason is because, let's say that 9 billion, for example, is returned into the economy, and that would have increased, you'd have provided more jobs and more opportunity to create for productivity. That increase in productivity would have increased the salary of the people, and the increase in the salary of the people would have led into increase in standard of living. But because of this money is taken from the economy, the standard of living is coming lower, the income is lower, and then the people becoming poorer. That is why the people are always getting poorer, because the officials are stealing the money from the yeah.
Да, ну и, соответственно, если смотреть, то зарплаты, как правило, может хватить только на питание. Если говорить об аренде квартиры или каких-то еще дополнительных условиях, развлечения, то об этом вообще не можно.
So from our own calculation here, how can you survive? It's impossible for people to survive in Nigeria without being in poverty. Because if people make $30 an average, water at a meses?
$30 в месяц, это
вода,
за полтора литра воды они платят 74 цента.
Oh, for example, water, for example, if the average amount of money you have to spend on water, just for 2 liters, under 2 liters of water is costing almost $1, 74 cents. Or that is what 1.5 liters of water is costing. And the price for chicken is $6. So, and that is $30 a month though. One chicken is $6 in Nigeria. Bread is $1.5, 1.5, right? And if you want to buy cheese, that is a luxury in Nigeria because 1 kilogram of cheese is going to cost you $13. Thank God people don't eat cheese much. That there you calculating what they think is essential, the essential things for the. Then the fruits, let's say apple. Apple in Nigeria, 1 kilogram of apple is going to cost you $4.50. So all this in total, and then if you want to get an apartment, 1-bedroom apartment, you have to pay $145 for an apartment. Now, how can you pay $145 for an apartment when your salary is $30? And then when you need, it's like 5 times more than your salary just to pay for 1 bedroom of apartment. Then to eat, you cannot even eat for a few days. Talk less of a full month. That's what they call poverty. And then another problem in Nigeria, the fourth major problem we see in Nigeria is the problem of the difference between rich and poor, the class difference. So a rich man could be living in a house like this, while human beings also live like this. These are Nigerians, human beings in the same country, from the same, the people of the same nation, one living like this in the very next street, another person living like this or like this, and nobody is even feeling for these ones. Everybody is just living as if nothing happened. So that is another major problem we see in Nigeria.
С этим связанный слайд – это строительные нормативы. В стране отсутствуют как такие нормативы, которые предполагали бы создание чертежей для постройки хороших зданий, в которых могли бы проживать люди.
Another major problem we see in Nigeria is that there are no standards for, no requirements for building. So you have a major problem with residence and with accommodation. A lot of people don't have normal human accommodation, standard human accommodation. So, and even the houses that are there, we have an impression as if the normal people average, we're not talking about the elite, just the average Nigerian house, it's not licensed, it's not, you don't have permission, you don't have requirements, you don't have standard requirements and standard, requirements, right? Quality control, so that any house, if you build any house, like in this place, for example, any house you build is not going to be approved, and you are not going to be allowed to live in it if you don't have water system, if you don't have electricity, if you don't have, heating system, if you don't have cooking facility, if you don't have all the basic conditions, requirements for human being, for human living, you cannot say that house will be confiscated. It's not going to be permitted. So, but in Nigeria, there are no elementary requirements for houses to be, to be accepted.
Следующая актуальная проблема Нигерии – это сфера образования. В стране отсутствует как таковое финансирование со стороны государства сферы образования.
So another major problem that we see in Nigeria is the problem of education. It's amazing to us that the government doesn't have a system whereby everybody is taken to school. That control, quality control in education, that everybody is in school and everybody finishes school. We cannot believe that. That is supposed to be a basic requirement of any government, to make sure that nobody is out of school. Even some of these children that are in school, they don't even have books. We don't count these ones as schools. We don't regard these as schools. But in Nigeria, they call them schools. This doesn't belong to human beings. Human beings shouldn't be attending these kind of schools. That's the kind of problem. That's the next problem we have. That is the first level of problem that we see. The next level of problem that we see is that the budget of the government for education is very low. And that's why they cannot provide for all this. Then another problem is Of course, there are no schools. These are no schools. There are no infrastructures for schools. Another problem in the about the education is that there are no libraries, no normal human libraries in the streets. Like here, for example, libraries are in every street here. You have to have a library. Or the worst situation, 5 streets must have one library. But in Nigeria, there are no libraries, and then there are no offices for teachers. Like for example, here, if you're a teacher, every teacher has his own office or her own office. But Nigerian teachers don't have offices, or if they have, they are just some very low key and very primitive places. Then the salary of teachers are very low. That's another problem connected with education. Then среди выпускников.
Не видя перспективы развития в стране, уезжают за границу. Это называется так утечка мозгов.
Okay. Then the next level of problem we see around education is that graduates are not being employed. And then the next level of problem we see after that is that many of the graduates who got educated in Nigeria are running away abroad. So most of the graduates leave the country. So even though the country is lacking educated people, but the little educated people are running away from the country. So whatever the country has even contributed to give these people education is not being returned. It's being wasted and given to other countries.
Следующая актуальная проблема – это сфера медицины.
The next problem we see in Nigeria is the problem with medicine supply. Healthcare.
В 2016 году Всемирной организацией здравоохранения была обнаружена продажа около 25% поддельных медикаментов, которые продавались нигерийцам, прием которых ведет, соответственно, к смерти. Вот. Если человек хочет воспользоваться медикаментами, то цены очень большие, и это могут себе позволить только богатое население.
So despite the fact that they have NAFDAC in Nigeria that is doing a good job, up to now, from our research, 25% of all the pharmaceutical medicine that is on sale in Nigeria is not licensed, and they are fake and being done somewhere in some corners. So 25%, that is like killing 25% of the country, because what they call them, the pharmaceutical stores, what do they call them, something else in Nigeria? Chemists. The chemists, anybody can just open a chemist anywhere in a place. So that is the reason why 25% of the medicines are not right.
Ну, конечно же, аптеки и больницы можно только найти в центре города, то бишь, если говорить о селах, там вообще нет никаких.
Then another problem is that there are even those chemists, they are only in towns. They are not in villages and small hamlets. But when you find real medicine, a lot of them are not affordable to poor people. So even if they are real ones. Yep.
Медицинская помощь. Большинство населения не знает, как оказывать первую медицинскую помощь до момента, когда человека могут отвезти в больницу. Из-за этого множество людей гибнут.
Okay, another problem we discover in Nigeria is that there is no first aid education. So which means that, for example, in this country, if you finish school or high school, you must have first aid training. Everybody knows first aid training. So and every home has first aid facilities. So every first aid facilities everywhere. So nobody just dies like that. So, but in Nigeria, because of the absence of first aid facilities and first aid training, people die before they get to hospital. And then hospitals are not always nearby, and they are not always available and always near. So before people, even in some cases, people could still be saved, or they are just fainted, but they are already or clinically dead. But in Nigeria, they are already dead, because there are no immediate responses. So that's why a lot of children die, a lot of adults die, and the death rate in Nigeria is very high, and life expectancy is very low.
Есть также необходимость создания в селах фельдшерско-акушерских пунктов, которые могли бы осуществлять доврачебную первичную медицинскую помощь.
In this country, for example, we have in villages and small towns what they call the preliminary medical help. What they call them? Yeah, no, what do you call them in English? Not hospital, like clinics, like mini clinics. Yeah, no. Community clinics. So community clinics are just everywhere. Like, they are not hospitals yet, and they are not big clinics yet, but they are just community clinics that everybody can access for free. That will just give you health centers. Yeah, but in villages in Nigeria, those things are not there, and even if they are there, there are no basic requirements for them. Another problem area we find in Nigeria that we want to bring solution to is all these things we are saying are where we have developed solutions for. These are all areas where we have developed solutions for. So another area of problem and crisis in Nigeria is the Nigerian markets. These are markets where people sell products that people use, human beings. For us, this is like catastrophic. I mean, can you believe it that here they are selling meat and they sell meat open. Meat is open like that. So it is anti-health conditions where the markets are. They sell food in the street and things like that. Those are catastrophic health disaster situations. And then the next problem we find in Nigeria that we are providing solution for is the ecology. Can you say? Ecology in Nigeria is catastrophic. So because they don't plan ahead for the ecology, like 10 years plan, 50 years plan, because of that, they have a lot of natural catastrophes. Natural flood, for example, or houses collapsing, because there are no plans, there are no foresight to take care of nature. And because we don't take care of nature, nature gives us surprises. And those surprises are always catastrophic. Another reason for all the natural disasters in Nigeria is because there are no requirements to guide the population. For example, a Nigerian family can just throw away their garbage outside or in the river, or their toiletries their toilets in the river, or no requirements. So damages to the nature, to the economy. So the nature will respond with natural disasters. The next thing we see as a problem in Nigeria is that the laws don't work in Nigeria.
Прослеживается лоббирование собственных интересов, то бишь, то, что мы говорили, те ресурсы, которые предназначены для народа, они используются в собственных целях самими чиновниками.
So the laws don't work in Nigeria, and the number one problem we see as the law problem of Nigeria is that the elite, the politicians live for themselves. They don't seem to be there to live for people. They seem to be there to take advantage and take as much as they want to. So they manipulate the laws. They use their power to subdue the law and make the law not to demand anything from them. So as a result, a big level of corruption and discrimination and the oppression of poor people and people who are underprivileged people. Yep. So as a result of that, you have a high level of catastrophes in the sense of crime, high level of crime.
Нигерия очень богата на нефть. То бишь мы можем видеть, что нефтяной сектор дает около 20% ВВП, 95% доходов, но В чем проблема? Только 1% населения, то бишь это чиновники, это богатые люди, получают доход от реализации нефти.
So now Nigeria has a lot of, another problem we have here is the problem with oil. Nigeria has a lot of money coming from oil, which is 25%, 20% of the GDP. But then that 20% of the GDP brings in 95% of the cash, foreign cash, foreign what do you call it? Foreign currency, 95% of foreign currency. But only 1% of the population has access to that 95% of the money. 1%. So they distribute it among themselves, and the rest of the country doesn't even know they have money coming in from oil. They don't feel it upon themselves. They try to use it for some things, but I'm saying poor people don't feel it. So whatever they use it for from the budget is 80%. It doesn't get to 80% of the country.
Нехватка света. Проблема
Another major problem in Nigeria, of course, is electricity supply.
Национальная электросеть Нигерии работает очень с большими перебоями. Там следующий слайд, если линии электропередач находятся на очень низком уровне прямо над домами.
So now one major problem that one major problem that everybody knows in Nigeria is that Nigeria produces very little amount of electricity. Now that little amount of electricity, everybody is aware of it and everybody is talking about it. But they are not talking about the quality of electricity that is even being produced. That amount of electricity that is being produced, like for example, this is the way electricity supply is supposed to be built. But let's see the way it is being built in Nigeria. This is the way it's being built. No other. This is the way electricity look like in Nigeria. And these are houses. These are houses in the neighborhood. These are own houses. These are houses. And these are electricity. So maybe it's a blessing in disguise that Nigeria doesn't produce more electricity. Because if they produce more electricity, this way, it's going to be causing much more catastrophe. Anytime it rains or anytime the thunder comes, it's going to be killing people left, right, and center. Because you don't supply electricity this way. These things are not supposed to be where people live or in cities. Nobody's supposed to even know where these things are. They're supposed to be hidden. These are the things, the way it's supposed to be. You see, no living things anywhere. They are isolated.
Да, цены на электроэнергию очень большие, но при этом есть альтернативные варианты, как можно производить электроэнергию на основе энергии ветра, солнца и воды, соответственно, соорудив ветрогенераторы, солнечные электростанции и гидроэлектростанции.
So Nigeria is basically using electricity, but but Nigeria is more conditioned not for hydroelectricity. It's more conditioned for this energy of the sun, solar energy, water energy, air, what do you call that? Wind energy. But for some reasons, these are not developed in Nigeria.
Ну, как мы уже говорили, в связи с тем, что очень высокие цены на продукты, в селах прослеживается нехватка продуктов, ну и также то, что мы упоминали уже раньше, антисанитария на рынках, отсутствие чистой питьевой воды, вот, и также слабо развито сельское хозяйство, это, в принципе, может быть одна из сильных сторон на Нигерии.
Now, another problem we see here in Nigeria is poor food quality of food, poor feeding culture. There are many problems with that. First of all, there is not too much money in circulation. Secondly, there are no standard. People in the village and even in town go to the market to buy their food. So there are no certification system. Everybody just buy what they are selling. So anything could be there. You don't even know what you are buying. And they think they know what they are buying, but there are no laboratory certification for them. No standards on them. So anybody just eat what they get. So as a result of that, it's a high level of hygiene, poor hygiene. And then those markets where they sell, that is anti-hygiene, what do you call it? Unsanitary condition, anti-sanitary conditions. No, it's not hygienic condition in the market. Those markets, food are not supposed to be there at all or so there. But that's the way all the whole country is feeding. That's a little bit here. Yeah. And then the water, the quality of water is, people just get water and drink water where they could get them. They are not certified. They are not processed. They are not standardized water. So when you drink water like anyhow like that, you will die. If you don't die immediately, your age expectancy, the age expectancy is going to be low because it's going to get to you by the time you get to 40 or 50, and you will not know why people die. People will just say somebody slumped or died because he has been eating the wrong food all the while and drinking the low quality water. So that's why people slump and unexpected death and life expectancy is low because of the combination of all these things. Then another one is slabber. Okay. Another problem in Nigeria when there's about food is that they don't have animal husbandry, or what you call it, livestock. Livestock is very low. For example, an average cow in Nigeria is weighing 3 times less than an average cow here. And then, but if weight is even nothing, but what the milk or the meat that a cow here supplies is what you would need 20 cows to supply what 1 cow supplies here. So, can you believe it? 1 cow supplies milk that 20 cows would need to supply in Nigeria. And more 20 cows we need to supply the amount of milk that is supplied by 1 cow here. So, of course, people will live in poverty. And then the amount of cows compared to the other national average is less in Nigeria than in most countries, the average, even small countries. Yeah, next one.
Рынок сбыта. Нигерия является очень перспективным партнером для Европы, Азии, Америки, то, что мы уже говорили, много очень природных ресурсов, но при этом есть актуальная проблема, это необходимость в развитии агропромышленного комплекса АПК. Это система водоочистки, создание такой системы, строительство предприятий, которые могли бы перерабатывать продукты тропического земледелия. Вот. Ну и также поставка техники специально для развития машиностроения, авиационной промышленности.
So another problem we have here is that Nigeria doesn't have the industrialized industry base to be able to create wealth. Through agriculture, they are saying agriculture. Nigeria is one of the let's say is the number 6 country in the world in agriculture production, but everything has been lost. So this productivity, what those people are producing, they are perishing. They don't get to the market internationally. So what they are saying is that Nigeria has the basis to produce agricultural products and make a lot of money for export. But they cannot because they don't have refrigeratory system to keep those things. They don't have storages. They don't have technical capacity, even though 70% of the people are involved in agriculture. But what they are producing without mechanized agriculture, the equivalent is not competitive enough. Then they don't have packaging. Then they don't have quality. They don't have requirement. It's not substandard for the world. So even though 70% of the country is involved with agriculture, but they cannot sell them to the world. You can't see what they are producing because there is no mechanized, no automation, no standards, no packaging, no storage, no refrigeration, no just basic structure, no order. All those things are not orderly. They are not packaged. They are not systematized for them to be able to benefit the country. Otherwise, agricultural products would have been a great way of earning income for the country, bigger than oil. But no order there, so cannot benefit anybody. They cannot even supply the needs in the country, talk less of export. Yep.
Дороги Нигерии. Около 164 тысяч километров дорог находится без асфальта. Отсутствие надлежащей транспортной развязки, отсутствие дорожных, соответственно, знаков и разметок.
А сколько всего километров дорог в Нигерии? Вы не знаете, да? Окей.
Это приблизительная цифра.
Это всего.
Приблизительно.
Это сколько дней туда асфальта?
Да, это то, что мы
Это какой процент получается? 40, 20, половина?
Это, наверное, больше.
Примерно 48 только асфальтировано.
Это то, что не асфальтировано.
Больше половины.
А асфальтировано сколько?
48 тысяч.
48. Okay. So we have like 200, Nigeria has a little bit over 200 kilometers of road. In 200,000 kilometers of road. So only 48,000 kilometers of road are tarred, asphalt or tarred, yeah. But 164,000. So out of 200,000 kilometers of road, see, only 164,000 are not tarred. They don't have asphalt. Only 40,000 are tarred. What is that? What is that? That's like what percentage? 200, from 200,000, only 40,000 is done. That's like 5%? 25%? Only 25% of the road is tarred. So 75 is not. 75% of the roads in the country is not tarred. 75%. Huh? What? Yeah. 75% is not tarred. In Europe, yeah, you don't find, it's 100% tarred. Here in this country, they have 95% and they are still complaining. Okay?
Да, в стране также упрощенная система получения водительских прав, поэтому на дорогах ежегодно проходит около 30 тысяч ДТП, в которых гибнет от 8 до 10 тысяч человек.
Another problem in Nigeria is with transport. So no road, number one, no tarred road. Number two, there is so much corruption in getting certificate, driving certificate, or what do you call it? License, driving license. As a result of that, people drive anyhow. And because they drive anyhow, and then in bad roads, and no order, no requirements, no restrictions. Huh? Yeah, no speed limit, nothing. Because of that, Nigeria records 30,000 accidents every year. 30,000 accidents. Out of that 30,000 accidents, 10,000 people die every year. Yep.
Автобусы всегда переполнены.
Look at buses. Look at how people get around. Look at buses. Public transport. And the same way you see people hanging here, that's how they hang in the train as well. I mean, animals don't even park like this. No, people don't even park animals like this in normal countries. Even animals don't park like this. You see, I have job to do in that country. And do you see order? Do you see that everything is connected with order? Okay? And all of them are having stickers, Bible quotation, without order. As if Bible quotation will just resolve all their problems. And with those Bible quotations, they are running into accidents every day.
Да, ну паркинг. Ну, если говорить об условиях транспорта в стране, то о паркинге это вообще речь не идет.
These are not Nigeria. These are just car parks in other countries. But Nigerians don't practice car parks. They don't have car parks. Everybody just putting their car near their houses. No organized system of car parks. Okay?
Следующая проблема – это рождение детей для продажи. Цена за одного ребенка 1000 евро и больше.
A growing problem in Nigeria right now is what they call children farm, or what they call it, baby factories. You know, that they take advantage of poor girls. Poor girls are getting pregnant, and their children are being taken away from them to sell. And they put them in places, they gather young girls in places, buildings, have men come to impregnate them, and then they just give them some amount of money and sell the children and take the children away from them and sell them. So it's a big market now for selling of children or trafficking of children and trafficking of people.
Да, ну и по данным ООН ежедневно в стране продается по меньшей мере 10 детей.
Every day, 10 children like that are being sold in Nigeria. Every day, 10 Nigerian children. So that will be over 3,000 a year. Yeah. Over about 4,000 a year, children. Сколько стоит? Сколько?
1000 евро и больше.
Okay.
Следующая проблема – это детская проституция.
Another major problem in Nigeria now is prostitution.
Хотя это запрещено законом, но эта проблема существует.
Teenage prostitution. A lot of teenagers now are finding prostitution as a way for them to survive. Even though prostitution is prohibited in Nigeria, but a lot of girls now are using that as the only way for them to come out of poverty.
Да, вот. И в ходе одного из рейдов в частном приюте было обнаружено 17 беременных девушек. По версии следствия, эти дети, которые должны потом родиться, они должны были быть проданы другим людям.
Okay, for example, recently there is a report here in Anambra State. The government just closed a building where they had children from the age of 12-year-old girls, between 12 to 16. All of them were pregnant, 17 of them in one house, because they are getting them pregnant to sell those children later on. From 12-year-old girls to 16-year-old, all of them pregnant at the same time.
Преступность – следующая проблема страны.
Another major problem in Nigeria is crime and armed robbery.
На ворованные деньги террористические организации закупают оружие, и в стране постоянно прослеживается столкновение между армией и этими террористическими организациями.
Here also we put the militants and kidnappers. So a major problem in Nigeria is armed robbers, thieves, but especially more danger is coming from the militants and kidnappers.
Также эти организации занимаются широкомасштабным оборотом наркотиков, подделкой кредитных карточек, соответственно, использованием чужих денежных средств.
So the question that needs to be addressed is where those people, those kidnappers and the militants get their money from. And a lot of them are involved in a lot of crime and a lot of hidden schemes that they are using to get the money to buy all the weapons.
Да, и что самое ужасное, это то, что в основе этих организаций, как правило, стоят семейные или племенные узы, то бишь целые семьи.
Unfortunately, a lot of these militant groups and kidnappers are being supported by influential politicians and political groups.
Детская преступность.
The next problem in Nigeria is child crime, or what they call it. I don't know. What they have a word for it. It's like juvenile crime.
Детская преступность.
Juvenile crime.
Но в связи с тем, что в семьях особое внимание, именно в селах бедного населения, не уделяется особое внимание воспитанию, много детей не находятся на улице, не воспитываются улицей, и поэтому...
So the reason for this is because a lot of children don't go to school. A lot of them run away from their towns and villages and run to the big cities. And when they're in big cities, they try to sell in the street, but they end up doing a lot of crime.
организаций и самой армии Нигерии, тысячи людей, они покидают свои дома, и сотни людей, они гибнут.
Another major problem in Nigeria are the internally displaced, what they call refugees, internally displaced, IDP, yeah? Internally displaced people, yeah. So especially because of Boko Haram and terrorist organizations.
Вот. Ну, то, что статистика в августе 2017 года в результате взрыва на контрольно-пропускном пункте на границе с городом Виу на севере страны погибло 11 человек. Сентябрь 17-го 9 человек, октябрь 17-го 30 мирных жителей, ноябрь 17-го 58 человек.
Another major problem in Nigeria is lack of border control or weak border control. So people, bring in arms and, do all kind of things they want to do, bribes, corruption, just because of poor border control. And people die about the border. And because of that poor border control, criminal organizations like Boko Haram, they are able to come into the country from different countries and do a lot of havoc and kill people.
Вот. Но есть также большая потребность в волонтерстве в стране. Волонтеры, которые могли бы защищать права социально незащищенных групп населения, это беспризорные дети, это молодежь, студенты, бездомные.
Another major problem in Nigeria is that there are no people who are volunteering, who just want to love, who just want to go and help other people resolve problems, who just want to volunteer and go out and just minister to their neighbor and love their neighbor. It's like everybody just occupied with self-survival and yeah.
Следующая проблема это то, что помощь часто не доходит к адресату. То есть те средства, ресурсы, которые выделяет центральная власть на села, на города, они, как правило, задерживаются у местных чиновников, и, соответственно, люди не получают надлежащей помощи.
Another problem in Nigeria is that local governments don't work. The money that is allocated from the federal government doesn't get to the local level. If it gets to the local government, then it stops at the officials. It doesn't get to local government. You don't see what local government does to improve ordinary people's lives.
Сталая техника производства. Производство в Нигерии, как правило, если и развито, то это какие-то небольшие предприятия. Обычно это тоже упадок предприятий в различных направлениях.
Another problem in Nigeria is lack of industrial machines. No industry. Nigeria doesn't produce tractors or all the major industrial machines that are needed to bring about development. No industrialization at all. They don't produce tractors or factory plants and industry things. No, nothing. No technical industrialization. So because of that, a lot of things are destroyed and nothing to attend to them.
Социальная несправедливость. Но мы вначале говорили о том, что как живут богатые люди и бедные люди. Вот. И один из примеров, во время правления одной из партий было выселено около 800 тысяч человек насильственно из своих домов для того, чтобы реализовать цели одного из чиновников по застройке коттеджных домов, развлекательных клубов в том городе, где проживали эти люди. То бишь, как, дискриминация прав простого человека со стороны...
A major problem in Nigeria is lack of social services. No social services for ordinary people. No welfare, no care for ordinary human beings. And the only thing that is there is that people who are powerful and people who have power, who have money, they rather can do everything. They can oppress, There was a time in Nigeria near Abuja that they are trying to build the capital, and they actually removed 800,000, almost 1 million people from their homes. And those people are just hanging around Abuja right now, and they're just displaced from their own homes. So no social equality, no social justice.
Богатые слои населения. Но мы уже говорили, что от реализации нефти получает доход только 1% населения. При этом около 92% живет не менее чем на $2 в день. Более 70% менее чем на $1 в день. Также еще хочу на что обратить внимание, это ущемление прав представителей СМИ. То бишь, если информация...
Представители?
Средств массовой информации,
Okay.
журналистов, да. Если информация, которую предоставляют, она невыгодна для чиновников, то этих людей просто арестуют, содержат под длительный период под стражей.
Okay, the next problem in Nigeria is the rich people, the elite. The elite are a catastrophe to Nigeria because they use 90, all the money that is being spent on, that is being gotten from the oil, the sales of oil is mainly being distributed among 1% of the population. So 1% of Nigerians are very rich and well-to-do. But 92% of the people live only on $2 a day. And 70%, maybe just $1. Out of that 92 is just $1 even. So less than $2 in 92% of the country. Then 1% has everything. Then only 7% is just, maybe getting somehow from anyhow. And then they have a lot of problem with mass media. The journalists are not secure. Journalists could be, imprisoned and persecuted and treated badly.
Закрытые клубы для богатых. Богатые создают клубы закрытого типа, в которых они решают свои вопросы, в то время как большая часть населения...
Another major problem in Nigeria is class consciousness. Class segregation. The rich people in Nigeria build their own houses and fence it, or build their own estates and fence it, or build their own estate, live in their own estates, so that they don't even feel what the whole country is feeling, and the whole country doesn't even know people are living like that. So that 1% of the country, they have they have built their own heaven. So they have isolated lifestyle, which is of the privilege, where even people in Europe don't live like that, or people in America don't even live like that. But they have their own privileged lifestyle, and the rest of the country are living like in trash. So that is a problem. The elite is a major problem in Nigeria.